Hi YouTube, welcome to Pagan Perspective. This is Friday and I am your host Megan, aka Spiritory. So today the question asker is Eric, a former regular host here on the Pagan Perspective. So hi Eric, and awesome question. So the question is all about how do you get rid of negative energy in your life? How do you placate piskies and the like? So I think the like is all Fae and piskies, pixies, I'm sure, Lhasa, Lana, all those things are all intertwined in that. So I'll probably start with the Fae. I think that's probably where I do a lot of placating. And I like that word placating because I feel like there certainly isn't worship of the Fae for me. It's more of a honoring and oftentimes placating. So I work a lot with house spirits. So a lot of people call them by different names. Some might say they're piskies, some might say they're pixies, some might say they're Lhasa. So whatever you might call the house spirits. I work a lot with house spirits. So I have a house spirit shrine in my home, and it's important to make offerings. It's important to make it a fun place for them to be. It's important for it to be something that makes them feel comfortable. And once you do that, like if you forget, like say you didn't dust it in a while, or you kind of put all other stuff on top of it, because that can happen sometimes where you have it in a place. I've had my shrine, my Lhasa shrine, or my house spirit shrine in places where I might put mail or something like that, or if I'm cleaning, something might end up sort of in that space, and that becomes a problem. So they will let you know that something's going on. You know, you'll find that things are getting broken more frequently. You'll find that things are getting lost more frequently. You'll find that you're becoming late because for some reason you slept through that alarm. So those are little things that I notice. So I try my best to keep their space beautiful and nice. And I notice a lot of positive things in my life for that. So that's one thing that I do, I guess, to placate. I'll try, and if I think of it, at some point I'll try and do a video on my personal channel about house spirit shrines. If you're interested in that, thumbs up this video and leave a comment, and I will film a house spirit shrine video for my personal channel. So, negative energy. This is a much bigger topic, so I wanted to do it second. So negative energy. So there are a lot of what I call mundane ways that I get rid of negative energy in my day. As a therapist, I have to deal with negative energy all the time. And so there are a lot of what I call the mundane ways of getting rid of that. And so those are all the coping skills. Those are all of the things, working in rational mind instead of emotion mind, trying for wise mind. If you know DBT, you know what I'm talking about. But the idea basically is that there are lots of ways that I use my job, my work, my education, things like that to get rid of negative energy. Then there are the religious ways. So when I'm thinking about negative energy, I place it in two different categories. Is the negative energy a mundane, right? Or is it supernatural, right? Using the word supernatural in the term of more than mundane, not necessarily, you know, way out there. It's just, what are my two types that I'm dealing with? Is this like a psychic threat, or is this merely somebody who is being a jerk because they've had a really bad day and maybe they just need somebody to hear them out and not react negatively to their negativity, right? So those are my two types. So I'm not going to get into the mundane type because that's basically my job, and this is not a therapy channel. So the other type, right? first and foremost, having defenses is the most important thing. So I believe I did a video in the past on sort of how to protect yourself and talking about needing to have defensive magic. It's really, really important. So one of the things that I have is very, very powerful defensive magic. So there are multiple layers of walls and energy barriers that somebody would have to go through in order to even get to me. Many of them are put in place, not even by myself, they're put in place by my ancestors, by ancestral energy when I was very, very young. So I have hereditary barriers, shields, if you will, that are already put in place that are there. It's like a gift, basically. So there are so many things that somebody would have to do in order to be able to attack me magically, or for any magical energy to affect me negatively in that way. So that's really important. So I would, if you're really looking at banishing negative energy, make sure that you have your defensive magics up. Make sure that you have your barriers up and that they are kept up. Because if you don't keep them up, as we know, with any sort of wall, any sort of barrier, things erode over time. Little holes, little things. You know, when we get stressed out, stuff happens. And so make sure that you have upkeep for your magical barriers just as much as you do for your physical barriers. So, yeah. And the other way that I deal with negative energy in the more magical realm is I'm also very proactive. So if I see something, if I get the little feeling that something is gonna go the wrong way, I remove myself from that situation. I just don't deal with it. Put up a straight up barrier right away, not gonna deal with it, remove myself from the situation, because I'm not gonna put myself in a position where I'm going to have a bunch of negativity. It's just not healthy. It's not something that I want for myself. I mean, it's sort of like, all right, has this ever happened to you where somebody smells something really bad and be like, oh, this smells awful, smell it, right? Or, oh, this tastes so bad, taste it, right? I never understood that. I don't want to taste it. If it tastes bad, then I don't want it. If it's got mold on it or something like that, then you know what? I don't want to eat it. Don't want to smell it if it's bad. So if something feels negative, if there's negativity going around, I'm going to remove myself because I don't want that experience. I'm not one of those people. So if you are one of those people, that's cool. And I think we need those people. We need people who are willing to smell the not good thing because, you know, that's how invention happens. But for me, that's not mine. Now, my other is somebody says, oh, that person's so sad, just leave them alone. I'm the one that goes over and talks to them. So I might not be willing to smell something bad or taste something bad, right? Or be around a super angry negative energy. But if somebody's hurting, I'm a healer. And so I'm always over there to help. So we all have our strengths. We all have the things that we're good at, which is what makes this world so special and us so unique, and that everyone is needed. So yeah, so I think that's about it, guys. I hope you're having a fabulous week. It's sunny and bright and pretty in Maui. Yeah, it is. It's summer. So I hope that you're having a phenomenal week wherever you are. I hope you have an even better weekend. And as always, guys, blessed be and aloha.